Hey, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. You can call me Pajama Grandma. What she up to now is from Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, S-H-E. She are my initials. When I got married, one of the best things I got out of my getting married was I got to change my initials. And I thought she, S-H-E, was much cooler initials to sign on my corporate memos and things than SA, S-A-H, were my initials before. And so when I got divorced, I kept my S-H-E initials. So it's kind of funny and silly, but you know what? There's little quirky things about all of us like that people wonder what the heck and why do you do that? Well, that is why I have the initials S-H-E still. So I titled this video Slump today because if I'm being really honest with myself, I've noticed that I am in a little bit of a slump. Now, the only reason I ever get in a slump, and it takes me usually a while to recognize that I'm in a slump, is because I am not focusing on my end game. I'm not really focusing on the thing that I want. And I'm not clear on the thing that I want. And, you know, that's happened several times in my life. It happens to all of us where we just get into a comfortable zone and we just keep going through the motions of living instead of actually really living and experiencing our life and going for what we want. And I am being honest with myself this morning, and I noticed that I am in a slump. Now, I'm not going to stay there. I'll be out of it by tomorrow because I consciously recognize that I'm in this kind of funk. And a lot of times, though, I lost my voice last week and I got actually physically sick. And by the time something manifests in my body as a physical sickness, illness, or pain, I know that that is my body and my mind letting me know that something is wrong, that something isn't right, and that I need to change something. Nobody else, nothing outside of me. I need to change something. So that's why I'm recognizing that I'm in this slump where I am tolerating certain things in my life that are not right for me. I'm putting up with situations and actually mostly expectations of myself that are not right for me, meaning I for some reason, whatever, and I don't necessarily know what those reasons all are right now, but I'll identify them today and I'll get out of my slump. But I know that something is off, and it's been off for a while. I have a tendency to let things get really out of whack in a certain area of my life before I notice them. And if I look back at my past, whenever I have a health challenge or an illness, it is a clear indicator and warning sign to me that something else is wrong in my life. Something else is off. It might be in my relationships. It might be in my finances. It might be in my communication. It might be something wrong with someone I love and care about, but something is off that I need to pay attention to. So me noticing that I'm in a slump today means I need to pay attention to some stuff and I need to get my act together. And I'm not talking about my online life. I'm talking about other areas and aspects of my life. Probably relationships, probably time to get over my divorce, things like that, and move on. And I look for resources when I first notice that I'm feeling off or that way. I look for resources and things that help me get my thinking back on track. And I think I've mentioned before, one of the things I do is I go to these card decks, and I also go to little books of wisdom from people that are much wiser and much more experienced than me. This is Everyday Wisdom for Success from Wayne Dyer. I love little books like this because they're little tidbits of wisdom and learnings that people that have gone before us have, that we can learn from if we're open to reading them and experiencing them. So here was today's. I thought it was kind of funny and quite appropriate for me, probably. It says, handy dandy magnifying glass, you can sit there forever lamenting about how bad you've been, feeling guilty until you die, and not one tiny slice of that guilt will do anything to change anything in the past. I like to think I'm not a doubter, a worrier, or afraid of things, but that's a lie. I'm as afraid of things as a lot of other people are on the planet, probably almost everything and everyone on the planet. We're all afraid of something, and a lot of times we're more afraid of ourselves than of anything else. We're afraid of being who we really are. We're afraid of showing the world who we really are because we think the world will judge us. And we all think that we don't care what other people think, and I'm pretty good about not caring what other people think, but even I am subject to what other people think. As much as I think I'm not, we all have a, what's it called, a filter on ourselves, or masks that we wear that protect us from having our feelings hurt. And I'm no different. I like to think that I don't. And I'm much different than I was when I was younger. Heck, I couldn't think for myself even though I thought I was independent and thinking for myself, I was really the product of every experience and every person that I'd ever met, mulched in and filtered through my brain and my subconscious and my consciousness, spitting out and spewing out what I thought the world thought I should be. And now I'm more of what I think I should be, but I still have that filter and that judgment because, let's be honest, mostly the biggest critic of our lives and of ourselves is always inside our head. We are our own worst enemy in a lot of situations. And so I think part of the message that I'm getting and the slump will leave when I realize that I need to stop being my own worst enemy. I need to stop criticizing. I need to stop filtering the things I want to do and achieve based on what I think I should or am capable of, and just go for what it is that I know that I'm here to do and how I'm here to serve the world. What was the other one today? Either you have control or you don't. If you do, take control. If you don't waste energy on worry. So those were my two messages from Wayne Dyer today. And I'm like, okay, I need to think about these things. And I think about whatever the sayings are, whatever the expressions are, whatever the cards are that come up, because I figure I pull them and I pick them for a reason, because there's something in that message that I need to hear. It's, I think, why people love horoscopes, because horoscopes are written such that there's a message for anyone in them. There's a message for all of us in them. I used to listen to or read. I didn't listen to it. It was just a reading, and it's probably still available. But for a lot of years in corporate America, to stay positive and focused, I would read something called the Daily Motivator. Every day I'd go into work and I'd pop that up and I'd read the Daily Motivator. And I do think there's books and everything. And I think it's still around. Once I left corporate America, I didn't make time for it anymore. I was busy running my own business and doing things, and I didn't make time for it. But for a lot of years, every day I would read this Daily Motivator, and it was written such that there's a message for everyone in it. And so I like to find things like that, like the Wayne Dyer books, the Louise Hay books, or any other person that speaks to you. I like to find people that speak to me and know that there's a message for me in my own personal growth and development in that. Because the way we get out of a slump is by becoming a better version of ourselves, by studying and understanding ourselves better, and then showing up more in the world as we uniquely are meant to show up in the world. So that's it. That's my slump today. I'm admitting I'm in a slump, and I think by tomorrow it'll be gone, but today I'm feeling slumpy. So I'm going to go hang out with my beautiful granddaughter today, because she always makes me feel better. And the way we get out of a slump is by doing things that make us feel good, or doing things that make us feel a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. That's it. Go out and make it an awesome day. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Take care. I hope you're not in a slump. I hope it's just me. Maybe it's the changing of the seasons and going from winter to spring. Usually spring energizes me. So it's really funky that I'm in a funky slump. But it won't last long, because I know me. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.